Don't be weird.
5 day 2 notes.
Okay. All right, guys. About whether a line is in standard form or slope intercept. We're going to put it in one of those two forms. That'll be the. And then we're going to decide how to graph it based on what form it is in. Okay. Remember standard form yet? Bought it a couple days. Here's what it looks like. Plus B and C are going to be numbers. They're not A, B, and C. All right? B and C are, and they're very specific numbers. Numbers they are. They're not fractions or decimals. What's another name for whole numbers where the negatives are included? Integers. Okay? B and C are integers. And we'll give you that. You can't have any fractions or decimals. Now, yesterday we learned that if it's in standard form, we should be using the x and y intercepts. 2 points, and in what numbers did we put in the middle, guys? Zeros. Okay? And yeah, it was just a sneaky way to make you guys do 2 problems at once. You had to take y and 0 and put it in for y, solve it. Take 0, put it in for x, solve it, and go from there. Okay? So I'm just going to review what we did yesterday. Does that make sense? Everybody shake your head and pretend you're listening. The right way, Val. Okay. All right. What's slope-intercept form of a line?
Someone doesn't raise their hand, you get like the song.
Yes.
No.
What is it?
Guys, what's slope-intercept form? Dolson! Oh, God. Listening is a skill. What is slope-intercept form?
I know. It's weird. Oh, y equals mx plus b.
See, you know it, you just don't know the name of it yet. Y equals mx plus b. Okay? You guys now know. We're going to put these on a note card here pretty quick. You guys now know 2 forms of the linear equation. Standard form, ax plus by equals c. Slope-intercept form, if the equation is in y equals form, that's basically going to be slope-intercept form. Dolson, what does m stand for? Excellent. And what does b stand for, Jen? Say it. Say the whole y-intercept. Right? Y-intercept. Basically, it's where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay? A lot of people have this pretty much down. You have to start remembering the name and the name of it with the form as we go through this. Now, how do we graph a line if it's in slope-intercept form? Okay? Graph B, then use the slope. This is what you guys have been doing for the last couple days. Does that make sense? You guys graph lines in slope-intercept form? Yes or no? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Oh gosh.
Thumbs up.
Well, we'll see. All right. Here's what you guys are going to decide to do for each linear equation. First, you're going to decide if it's in standard form or slope-intercept form. You will get good at that real quick. It's not too difficult to decide what form it's in. Then you got to ask yourself, how do I graph it? If it's in standard form, you're going to use your x and y intercepts. You got to find those. I think that's harder than slope-intercept form. If it's in slope-intercept form, you are going to state the slope and the y-intercept, m and b, and jot that stuff down. Okay? Next, if it's in standard form, you have to find the x and y intercepts. We're going to get there in a minute. If it's in slope-intercept form, state the slope and the y-intercept. You guys have been doing that already. And then, based on what information you have, you're going to graph it. Okay? And we have a little checklist sheet to give you guys for your problems.
This is kind of like a flow chart. You decide standard or slope. If it's standard, then you use this. So you're doing this verbal rehearsal in your head. These are the questions that you're doing in your head for each problem.
All right, jump to the next page, please. All right, everybody read problem number 1 to themselves slowly and carefully and make a decision. Standard form or slope-intercept form? Raise your hand when you got it. It's in one or the other. Standard or slope-intercept form? Riley. Okay, does that say y equals mx plus b? Guys, does that say y equals? No, it's not in slope-intercept. So which one's it in, Mike? Standard. Okay, believe it or not, guys, even though there's no, it's in that ax plus by equals c form. A is 4, b is -1, and c is -4. Just putting the numbers with the variables. All right, we're going to find the x and y intercepts. That's the way we're going to graph it. Don't subtract 4x from both sides and divide by net. Don't put it into slope-intercept form. Graph it using the x and y intercepts. All right, let's do this. Everybody put their 2 points with the zeros in the middle. We did yesterday. Let's find the x-intercept first. We're going to put 0. We're going to put 0 in for y. So I'm going to write 4x minus 0 equals -4. Because that's the y value of the x-intercept. So I'm going to put 0 in for the y. Hopefully we all know 4x minus 0 is 4x. Zuli, what do we do to both sides to solve for x there?
Divide by 4.
What's x, Michael? -1. Put the -1 into the x value of your point. Okay? You will get good and fast at solving these, guys. They're not bad. Now, everybody take 0, start over, and put 0 in for x and solve for y. 4 times 0 minus y equals -4. Soraldi, 4 times 0.
0.
Excellent. Don't lose that negative sign, guys, in front of that y. -y equals -4. Johnny, what do I do to both sides to get y to become positive?
Divide both sides by negative.
Excellent. Guys, you got that little sneaky thing down. So what's y equal, John?
Y equals 4.
Sweet. Take 4, plug it into the y value of that second point, and that's the y-intercept. Okay? I know we spent a lot of time solving this one, guys. You will get good and fast at it as soon as you start practicing it. Now, go down to the graph. Graph both points. The x-intercept is at -1, 0. Okay? And the y-intercept was, what do you say, was it 4, 0?
0.
Or 0, 4?
0, 4.
0, 4 is the y-intercept. Grab your straight edge. No lines, freehand. Draw your line. Okay. That's finding the x and y intercept. Hey, Harrison.
I'm experiencing.
That was Harrison McCown. All right. Can you guys do that?
Yes.
The mic's on the desktop.
What's that?
The microphone's
Oh,
from the
oh, it's
desktop.
not right there?
No,
Thanks. Thanks, Miss McCall.
Oh.
All right. Now, we gave you this one because there's a few of these on the homework. Look at it carefully. Raise your hand when you know what form it is in. Say it to yourself and look at it carefully. Murray, No.
Ah,
You had a 50-50.
Abigail.
Self-interest.
What?
So,
It's written backwards though. Would you agree with that, Abigail?
Yeah.
Guys, this one actually is in slope intercept form, and you guys are the ones that taught me this little trick, so I'm going to use it. Negative 4x minus 2 equals y. Can't we say y equals negative 4x minus 2? So cross off that beginning stuff and the equal sign, and let's write it y equals negative 4x minus 2. Which now, Abigail, clearly it's in slope intercept, right?
Yeah.
Slope intercept form. You can abbreviate the word intercept, guys, to INT. I don't care. Slope intercept form. Standard form over here. Abigail, what's the slope of that line?
-4.
Excellent. What's the B?
-2.
Make it a point, please.
0, 2. -2.
0, -2. Okay? We're going to graph it from that information. This is the way you already know how to graph. So, everybody, and Abigail, make -4 the slope a fraction.
-1/4. Oh,
Yep.
-4
Over 1.
over 1.
Okay, make any whole number a fraction. Abigail, put a 1 underneath it. All right, now everybody graph it. We know our y-intercept is 0, -2. So we're going to go down to 0, -2. And then, Abigail, how do I get more points using a -4 slope?
You go left 1.
Don't do it backwards. Do it the right way.
Oh, you go to the right.
Guys, who knows how to get more points using a -4 slope? Or I don't know if you're not thinking or what your deal is.
I know how.
Quarter?
But it's -4 over 1.
Right, so give me more points.
You're gonna go down,
Down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
and then you're gonna go right.
Right 1. Or, what would be the exact same thing as going down and right a quarter?
Up 4 and left 1.
Go up 4 and left 1. Okay? Use your straight edge, guys. Draw your line.
That's actually not that
Okay? What's easier? Slope intercept or standard?
Slope intercept.
Slope intercept. Okay? But you have some of both. You got to do it one way or the other. All right, jump to the next page, guys. You're doing great. Everybody make a decision now. You should all get this one right.
Oh, it's standard.
We're on the same page? Must have duplicated the page. All right. Does this one say C for you guys? All right, everybody make a decision. Read it carefully. Slope intercept standard or slope intercept form? Nika,
standard.
correctamundo. Standard. Okay? We're going to find the x and y intercepts now. That's where we're going to put our blank points. Put 0 in the middle. Okay? Everybody take 0, and I'll give you guys a big hint. These do not work out evenly. The first one, where the x and y intercepts are not going to be nice integers. They're going to be fractions. That's okay. Take 0, plug it in for y. There's the y value. Negative 2x minus 4 times 0 equals 7. Negative 2x equals 7, because 4 times 0 is nothing. Nika, what do you do to both sides to solve for x there?
Divided by -2.
Negative 2. Very good. And maybe without a calculator, Nika, because I think you can do it. Guess what 7 divided by -2 is?
-3
-3.5. Excellent. But we can do this. Take the -3.5, guys, and plug it into your x-intercept point. X. Because it's when y equals 0. Okay, there's the x-intercept. Now, start over. Take 0 and plug it in for x. And solve for y. Negative 2 times 0 minus 4y equals 7. Jackson, solve that one for y.
Wait, what?
Come on now, solve that one for y. Negative 2 times 0, we know 0. That's going to go away. Negative 4y equals 7.
Divide both sides by -4.
And then change that right side, Jackson, to a mixed number. Because it's improper right now.
Oh, 1 and 3 over -4.
How about negative 1 and 3/4? The negative sign kind of leads the way. So 0, negative 1 and 3/4. Take that and put it into the y value, into the y coordinate. There's the y-intercept. Now we've got to graph those 2 points. Okay. Where's negative 3.5 comma 0? Where's negative 3.5 comma 0? Siobhan, what do you think?
In between 4 and 3.
That's negative, right? Negative 3.5, 0. Where's negative 1 and 3/4? 0 comma negative 1 and 3/4. Where's that point at? Sean Kelly?
It's a little bit above -2.
Yeah, it's a little bit above negative 2 on the y-axis. About 3/4 of the way down. Doesn't have to be perfect. Bless you. All right, but grab your straight edge. Okay? As long as you're close here, we're happy. Okay? The standard form ones, guys, are going to be the one that takes the most work. But you guys can do it. Everybody make a decision. Zuli, what form is that thing in?
Slope.
Slope intercept form. Very good. Michael, what's the slope and what's the y-intercept?
M equals 0. Or, no, 1. Wait, no, 3/2.
Yeah, the slope's going to be 3/2. What's the y-intercept? What's the b? Kids always say that. They always say it's 1. But is there a +1 at the end of there?
No, 0.
0. Guys, that 0 thing, not too big, not too bad. Pair that up as a point.
0.
Yeah, 0 comma 0. It goes through, what's the name of that point, Michael?
The origin.
Guys, this one goes through the origin. It's actually a direct variation. All right, everybody graph point 0, 0, and then you get more points using a slope of 3/2. Abigail, how do I get more points using a slope of 3/2?
Put it over 1.
It's already over 2.
Okay, go.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard. So glad we had that on tape.
I know, right? Okay. Go up 3. Over 2.
Which way over?
To the right.
Excellent. Or, this is positive 3/2. Or, what's the same thing as going up and right, Abigail?
Yeah.
That's not even an answer to the question. It's like, how was your day today? 5. That's not even an answer to the question I asked you.
How was your day today?
How old
Yes.
are you?
How old are you? Slope. What's the same thing as going up and right?
Down and left. Down and left.
Down left.
So, how many units am I going to go down?
Down 3 over to the left 2.
Hey, let's refresh our memories about this real quick too. Why is going down and left a positive slope?
Because
Y is going down and left, a positive slope. I thought think that would be negative. Moss.
Because a negative and a negative make a positive.
Because you're going two negatives, which make it positive. Okay? Use your straight edge, draw your line. Ooh, one of the straighter lines I've ever drawn.
What's your name? Brad.
Okay? You got a lot of work to do. Thank you. All right, last page. You guys are doing great. Let's refresh our memory on Bucks Hoy. Okay? You're gonna have some Bucks Hoy things. Okay? These are special cases. Remember, hey, everybody put one little finger up in the air. Bucks Hoy is when we only have one variable, either X or Y. One of them's gone. Okay? Bucks Hoy. All right. X equals -3. Everybody write down the word that X equals -3 goes with. Tully?
Bucks.
Bucks. How'd you know that?
Because, well, I have a little trick with bucks. I know that there's going to be a variable that's either X or Y, and I know that at the end, it's usually for bucks, it's X, and then for Hoy, it's Y. So that's how I can tell with it.
Well, because it's an X equals line, we know it's bucks because the end of bucks is an X, right? So what kind of line is it? As far as it's
It's vertical.
It's vertical. What's the slope of that line, Tully?
-3.
New.
Oh.
What's the U stand for?
Undefined. Oh, undefined.
Or undefined, or what's the other way we say it? No slope. Okay. So it's a vertical line, it's an undefined slope, and it's an X equals line. So everybody go on the X-axis to -3 and draw a vertical line there. You don't have to, no. If you want, it's not a bad idea, you might want to do that. All right, how about Y equals 5? Val Fresh, what word are we going to write down for the Y equals 5 lines? Hoy. Val, what's the slope of that line? You don't understand all the letters. Horizontal, 0 slope, Y equals line. So it's Y. So the slope, guys, is 0 here. I should have written slope equal over on this other one. So no slope or undefined. Now, Val, how are we going to graph this one? Talk, say it loud and proud. Let's go. I don't understand what you're saying.
Where are you going to put the first
There's a
dot?
point.
Said 5.
Yeah, but there's 5 on the Y. We got a lot to do here. On the Y-axis, put a big old 5. And then what kind of line are we going to draw? Horizontal. Okay? Remember, use our buddy Bucks Hoy, guys, for the special cases.
Okay.